Hi guys, again. In the first part of the register form registration, we have created a register form like this in the previous video. In this video, we're going to work with the back end, how we can insert the user information into the database. Okay, so let's have a look back at the what we did last time. So we actually create a user folder and we created a register PHP file. And in the file, just include some information for and some coding for the front end. We include a header, include a footer, and we have a section called a register, right? We have several variable. We have first name, last name, email, password, and a button. This is the button. Okay, this is the submit button, the register button. So, and then we have the name, which is F name, L name, which first name, last name, email, password. All right. So let's start with the back end. So for the back end, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna require the database because we want to insert into the database. So we're gonna have to require. Now we're gonna have to start by open the PHP and end the PHP language first. So we're gonna start by require the database. Okay. So as you see that we right now we are inside the user folder. So we'll have a get out first and then include database.php. Okay. And then go back and refresh to see if it works. Okay, successfully connected to database. Okay, so that means yes. All right, this is the database file. Okay, if it's successful, we're gonna echo successfully connected to database. Okay, that's the first step. The second step is that when a user click on the register button, so the post, this is the post method will send it, to the server. So we're gonna check if the user click on the post, the register button by if set. Okay, and we're gonna post. No, all right, post, and we're gonna have register. All right, and square bracket. Now, curly bracket. Well, this is to check if the user had submit the button, and in this case, if the user did, so what we're going to do, first we're going to have to we're going to store it all of the variable like email. Okay, and we're going to have post and email. All right, pretty simple. Well, this one actually the name. All right, so there's the email, so that's it, the name is email. All right, if you change the name here, then you have to change here. All right, so we can copy and paste several times. Okay, so we got here, it is first name. Okay, first name, last name, we also have last name, password. All right, and we've got password. Cool. Okay, but before we do anything else, there are several, it depends, but there's a lot of validation if you want to properly validate the data in the form. But in this case, we're going to do very simple validation. We just want to validate the email, whether they enter the valid email or not. Okay, so the way we do that is validate email by right after the email, we just say validate email. um, this is something that we just copy and paste. You can find it online. Google how to validate email, but in this case, I'm gonna just go and pass in already prepared. So this is the validate email, and if it's not the proper email, this exclamation mark means negative. If it's not correct email, then we're going to throw out an error called invalid email format. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Right. So where do we show the error? We can just go right below here and we show the error here if there is an error. So which is if set error, right? That means we only do this if the error correct, if the error exists. All right, if is set error, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna echo error. Okay, very simple one. So now we come to the stage to insert the database. All right, so but we want to only insert if there's no error. Okay, so in other words, we're going to say something like if empty error, right? We want to insert create a new account only if there's no error. So, and then we're going to start a query and PDO prepare. We're going to prepare a statement for PDO and insert into. So if you have a look back at the database here, I have the tutorial database with the table is called user. So when insert into the table, that is the user. All right, so we have first name, last name, email, password. All right, and we'll get out of the square of this bracket. We have values. Okay, for the value, we're gonna do it again, but with this a semicolon. F name, last name, email, password, and then okay. The second thing we're gonna do is we're gonna execute it. We're gonna do query again, and we're gonna execute. Inside the execute, I want to have a square bracket. Okay, and we're gonna have name. Now we can just input the variable we save here. This one, F name, last name. Okay, and then last name. Yeah, do it several times. Email, and this is your password. Okay, this is password. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is to echo a message. All right. If it is a set, then we're gonna have a message here. M@G. I want to have a message called your username, your account has been created. Okay, so that's what we want. We have to bring it outside the query. Okay. And we can also have something like to make it look like it's a set message. We can have just span class. Within the class, we're gonna just have text sets to make the text in green. Okay, and close our span. and we're gonna echo the message if it's successfully created, just like where we echo the error here, msg edited msg. Okay, so cool. I think that pretty much for the register. Let's just try it out. So let's go back to our website here. um, First name, I'm just gonna say 0. Okay, and then last name is Colin. Oh no, 0 Colin, email example.email.com, password 123 for example, and we're gonna click submit, and we see your account has been created. We go to our database and refresh it, and we see that we have an ID. Oh well, I normally start with 1 because I already create and delete some, so the ID is 4, but that's all right. We got the first name, we got the last name, we got the email, we got the password. Well, in you may want to hash the password, so that to protect the password from the user. But well, in this case, I'm just trying to demonstrate how we can do that. So a very simple one. Hopefully you have found it useful. Thanks for watching.